And you're even able to, I know it's a little bit of an odd play, but you're able to get some initiation combinations going through as well, right? You want to be able to save your purge for these defensive maneuvers, like getting rid of obviously the track, getting rid of the wind panda tossing you up in the air. But if you want to play more offensively, which seems like the style they want to go with this Bane, well, it kind of takes the Oracle out of the situation now. But you can just cast it on the Queen of Pain, charge it up, blink in, you get that initial route in place, and then you're able to just dominate the rest of the team fight because you know they're not going to move, or you bait out BKBs and the like.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly not happening now though. The Bane is out
Mm.
for RR. Curious pick to say the least. I wasn't quite expecting the Bane to be picked up here, but I suppose that the catch. Uh-oh. That's All right, that's a Visage. It's
Hmm.
that's a very very dangerous hero to have to play up against. Now we talked about push. They do still have the Lycan as well, just in case they need it. But that Visage does scare me.
It does, but they haven't played it at all on this patch. So maybe in theory it works for them. And sure, like the Bane and the Shaker aren't the best supports to try and deal with it. No forms of natural escape. You can just chase them down really easily, and there's not all too much that they can do. Um, I don't mind it. I I mean, I can understand the Bane pick, right? On Reality Rift side, it goes back to what I was saying about the hero making draft, and Bane is another one of those really strong laners, similar to the Enchantress, that just enables you to go into a much more greedy style of build. Um, so it makes sense in that way. I guess you can also lock down the Brewmaster quite easily without him getting off the brew split. Always very important. They were lacking the full 100 to 0 stun uh, for that. So I don't mind the Bane, but they've definitely left themselves open to being counterpicked with this troll coming out so early.
That they have, and Boom actually ban out the Lycan themselves now. So RR ban out an Alacrity special. Boom Esports ban out the Lycan, which I thought might fit in their draft, but they don't care for it. And I'm curious to see how they finish this draft off. Not too much time left in the reserve bank for themselves, but they'll have enough.
Yeah. No Lycan. That's I
Disappointing.
guess obviously.
Yeah.
Well, is it disappointing? Get it out. I don't want it anywhere near me.
The Lycan. Uh, Boom. 15 seconds. What are we thinking? What's the last pick? What are you going to round off with this Visage Brewmaster core combo?
Mm, Slark, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bloodseeker pops out for the second time today. Do you know why this has come out? I don't see it. Apart from that, maybe that troll. I guess the quap, right? Like she can't blink away.
It can be the Quap, like you were about to say, I think the Troll as well, right? He pops
Right.
Battle Trance on anywhere that isn't 1 HP. Just run, he'll kill himself.
That's one way to deal with him. We've never seen the Bloodseeker versus Troll throughout the Pro Series. I don't know what to expect here, but I look forward to it. RR now, seeing that last pick from Boom Esports, need one final pick up for themselves, and they are still lacking some kind of offlane, I believe, for KYXY. Unless it's going to be, some kind of offlane quap, which it's somewhat doubtful. They could still go into that offlane Treant Protector, which we do see a lot from KYXY, but I don't even know if it's going to hold up against Visage. And they actually go for the Ember Spirit.
Okay. I think it's alright. You just want to be as slippery as possible. Alacrity is going to be playing it. It's a KYXY Queen of Pain. It's alright. You want to be able to keep this Bloodseeker as low as possible. Just constant harass coming out there. Hmm. I'm most
Overall,
interested in this mid lane. That's what I want to keep my eyes on a lot of the time.
the Makoto versus Alacrity matchup on the Ember versus Visage.
Hmm. Because it gets to the point, right, where as soon as that level 6 come up from Makoto, you really just can't stay in lane as Alacrity. Luckily, you do have the capabilities to rotate through the jungle, provided that it's been stacked up a little bit for you and farm in that way. But I think at that point of the game, Hyde's going to be called upon to start to just sit next to him, even just in invis, and soak up half of that experience. Maybe go for those cheeky last hits on the creeps, yoink a bit of his gold, and just be a pest, really.
Yeah, should be a bit of fun here. See how it all pans out. RR versus Boom Esports. Of course, RR just look to try and get a draw if they can, and Boom Esports, I guess they don't mind either way now. They've already made their way to that upper bracket, but you may as well try and finish off strong if you are Boom. Should be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's totally good the way that they've gone about it. And honestly, even if Boom were wanting to try something a little different, a little bit of an experiment, you would say if they're like they haven't won anything significantly, Boom. So I'm just going to call them a tier two C team.
Okay.
If you call Reality Rift like a tier three team, these are the things to maybe try and experiment a few things on, right? Just so that you can experience it in a real competitive setting as opposed to just a scrim.
That's fair enough. I mean, you are going to go into those playoffs very soon anyway, so there's never a better time than now.
Hmm.
I guess other teams will probably closely be watching what they're up to here on the side of Boom Esports with this Visage pickup, but I personally believe this hero is kind of overpowered, that Visage, but I don't... It seems like if it's not played right or if the certain things don't happen in the game, it just never takes off anyway. Uh,
Hmm.
it reminds me a lot of a Chen, where you just build up this army, and by that 15, maybe 20-minute mark, you're just kind of unstoppable with it. It's nuts. Bot lane. Going to be body blocked up here from Hyde. They don't have anything like an Orb of Venom. And Hyde or Nuts will just go ahead and take a brain sap for himself. Dish out a bit more harass towards that bounty. And now Kescute shows up as well. He'll be alright. Like Drew's just going to hide in the tree line. Meanwhile, just not going anywhere near side of Boom Esports at the moment.
Hmm. I don't think it's going to be another tri lane. Hyde's making his way up towards top, but I like the fact that you can have Kescute maybe down here laning with FBZ for a change, because you've got uh, you've got a 200 attack range advantage right now on this Witch Doctor as opposed to the Bane, who obviously is able to trade really well with you, provided he gets that brain sap off. But if you're just able to juke and jive him out a little bit, then there's really not too much he can do.
That is very true. See how Kescute plays this out. In fact, they are going to bring Hyde back down bot. He just ran up top to try and get a bounty rune, and he did successfully get it, which did mean a 3-1 trade for Boom Esports.
Hmm.
But he's going to return back down bot. Nuts.
Oh, he's going to have that movement slow as well if he hits him out here. Oh, this is going to be bad for Nuts.
Yeah, Cask hasn't been used yet. They're waiting. Now they do with the slam out from FBZ, and this should be a first blood. He's going to try and juke his way out of this situation. Hyde will continue the chase, and I suppose both supports can just slowly finish this this kill off. So they basically need one, maybe two more, and Nuts
Oh, the
will...
crit? Oh.
He almost found a courier, but doesn't quite get there. Still kills himself after that tier 1. Guess in some way you deny the first blood gold away from Boom Esports, so it's not all bad that your Bane just died like that.
Mhm. They share the love around a little bit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that mid lane is the one you said you wanted to keep an eye on closely. Makoto up against Alacrity on that Ember. Thus far has really favored Alacrity, as he's going to have that melee range advantage where he can just secure CS much easier.
Hmm.
Is there a particular way you think Alacrity needs to play this lane, or just farm?
Just farm is totally fine. You know, you're never going to be able to, against some heroes, you can just use that sleight of fist to make sure you're securing range creeps, that you're harassing the enemy. But when you've got that damage reduction against the with the Gravekeeper's Cloak, there's not really all too much you can do about it. You're not going to be doing all that much harassing.
It's a real problem. But he's just gonna nullify that by continuing to CS. Of course, bot lane, we did see Hyde actually get the courier of Drew, which did have some regen on there. So a bit unfortunate for poor old Drew. You'll have to wait another minute for that to come out. And up that top lane, Dreamercell and Kescute are there together on the Bloodseeker Witch Doctor combo. You've got KYXY on that off-lane Queen of Pain that has been very popular as of late. And he's been doing a pretty decent job of dealing with Dreamercell, but now the cast comes in. He does have the level 1 blink anyway, so he should be just fine here. And I suppose Dreamercell at least gets that bonus speed for himself.
Makoto's getting dived a little bit underneath the tower, forcing out the salve from him, and now Alacrity's had the bottle delivered through, so he's going to be fine. Just the 1 point leveled up in the Sleight of Fist is good to gradually get those Gravekeeper Slope charges off of him. But yeah, they just recharge so damn quickly that it's not going to be uber effective.
It's a real problem with that Visage. Like, how fast can he get these layers back up? It's pretty quick.
6 seconds, just with 1 point. And when you're considering the fact that Sleight of Fist has an 18-second cooldown, what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. They are going to try and dive him now in the mid lane. Flame Guard, it won't be quite enough. Hyde is around the corner. I guess they are still applying pressure onto Makoto, which isn't all bad. In fact, he's not really able to secure CS underneath that T1. Well, not that well anyway. He was trying to use Soul Assumption before, but the attack speed is so slow though. Top lane, Hustler, Fisher out. He's going to be chased down now by Dreamercell. Dreamercell kind of slow right now. Not really that quick, and he'll turn around onto KYXY instead. Get a bit more harass out onto that Quap. Hustler, oh, he'll be alright.
A little bit of a confusing choice. I mean, he had an entire creep wave just underneath the tier 1 tower, so he's already missed out on 2 of these last hits.
Good lane though. Makoto does end up going down. Alacrity does secure the kill. Nuts was there to help him out with the Nightmare setup, and they got it.
Yeah, I mean, doing exactly what he has to, right? Like we were saying before, once that level 6 does come up on the Visage, there's not too much that you can do in the lane, so the fact if you can get 1 or 2 kills early on gives you a chance.
You're able to take down the Gravekeeper's cloak in the Nightmare, right? Like if Bane just sits there and auto attacks through the Nightmare, it does remove it. That's one way to do it, I guess. Without the birds, though, of course.
Yeah.
Kescute, top lane. Cast gonna be thrown out. He's in big danger, but Hustler, yeah, he does get denied. Very nice by Hyde, and now he'll just chase down Hustler. Just annoy this Earthshaker. Tips are coming out to Nuts there from Makoto, but Makoto should be a little bit careful.
Was slightly faster, but those Tranquil Boots coming out just in time. Will he get the courier though?
He does. It's Hustler's courier going down. Hyde, I believe that's his 3rd courier of the game thus far. He's gotten on that bounty, so he's been quite a nuisance in that way. But now, top lane, Dreamercell going to get Fisher blocked up. Castle's going to fly through there from Kescute with the Melodic. It's a lot of damage on Hustler. The Blood Right will not connect, and Hustler should just be fine to regen himself up with those Tranquils.
Yeah, Tranquils, he's popping the Clarity, so he's safe to sit out here. Just play a bit more of a defensive role against this Queen of Pain. Alright, here we go, level 6. Hyde makes his move back towards mid and sneaks off and grabs that haste rune before Alacrity is able to bottle it.
Very nice. It's that point where Makoto probably just wants to try and catch up in that CS now that he actually can. Alacrity, we talked about it, he can't do much about these familiars right now. He'll just kind of have to bide his time. But it's not what you want, right? Like letting Makoto just farm freely in this mid lane and then maybe rotating to the jungle. Definitely not what you really want to do. Never mind that, bot lane, Drew. Battle Trance. He's chasing underneath that tier 1 with the Battle Trance. He has no control over his body, and Hyde now is going to try and follow up there with the Brewmaster. And Drew should be okay, though. He does walk out of there.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, that's Battle Trance used in only a Drunken Brawler in exchange, so I think you're pretty happy with that right now. If you're FBZ, you know that you're not at risk of dying.
That you are. Nuts will have to be a little bit careful here as Hyde is still around the corner, but they seem to want that troll. Another strike gonna be there. FBZ now with the stomp and does use the primal split to try and secure the kill. And without battle trance, it should be fairly easy. In fact, he does tornado up Nuts now. And Nuts, I don't believe he has a way out either. He'll just brain sap and try to run, gets the nightmare off, but that should be able to be dispelled and is. And with that, Nuts should surely just die here to Dreamer Cell and hide. He will give it away to his carry.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Alacrity should potentially be getting a lot more done than he is. Like, of course, you have to leave the lane right now as soon as the Visage hit that level 6, and they tossed the Earthshaker there to get a little bit of experience. So nicely done for Hustler, but he made that rotation towards top, and right now he's sharing this this net worth and experience with KYXY, which is not what you want. It's not efficient play.
Bot lane though, they did end up getting Dreamer Soul there. He's trapped up. He is surrounded by 4 heroes and really should have no way out of this. He will go down. Drew, he got ruptured, but he won't mind that. He just stands there and just keeps farming creeps. However, where is this Visage gone? Makoto? Looks like he's just trying to secure that Helm of the Dominator. And that's the timing, right? Once you have that Helm of the Dom up, is when you can actually start doing things on this hero.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be around a similar sort of time, if he opts to go into it, that this Brewmaster might have the Vlads available to himself. I think he's getting a Bassi Ring and the Buckler brought out to him right now. So it's just all about that aura gaming.
Mid lane, though, is going to be forced in. They're going to try and get a defense coming out here from Boom. It's a very, very slow push, though, I've got to say. They just don't have the lineup for this. Alacrity going to try and go after the Visage. Familiar's on top of him. Maybe they get him. No. Controlled up with the cask flying out. Alacrity and the Melodict on top. He's going to keep going after Kezcute. But do they have enough to actually kill this Witch Doctor? He's just sustaining with the heal. Now Alacrity still trying to run away. It's too much damage coming in. He does dodge out the Melodic tick, though, with that Sleight of Fist, but now the Rupture is there from Dreamer Cell. Going back onto the Ember, he'll remember back towards Makoto. Nuts does die, and now Alacrity does as well. Tips flying out. Hustle the only one left there on the Earthshaker. And slowly but surely, they're going to make their way up onto him. And I just don't think he get... No, he does get out. KYXY is there to protect.
He'll be fine, and, well, he might even be going for this capture onto the outpost. You've got defensive TP coming here from the Bane. Nice presence of mind coming there from Nuts, and he's going to be able to interrupt Tide here.
Yeah, can they get the outpost back? With 2 heroes, maybe, but Drew is going to take down Kezcute. They want it so desperately. And that was a big play coming out from that Earthshaker, just securing that outpost XP. And, you know, the way the game was going, RR shouldn't really have been able to do that. With the condition of their team being 2 members down, but they make it work.
Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, there is that Helm of the Dominator finished up now by Makoto. He goes searching for a creep, hasn't found one just yet. Wild Ring Whipper is not really the most ideal one to be able to grab up at this point, but he'll take what he can get.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit of bonus armor. It's not all too bad.
Especially as a Visage, I suppose.
Yeah, more armor, why not? I believe the Familiars also get the armor, which does tank them up a bit more. Nuts, bot lane on the Bane. Going to be spotted out now by those Familiars, and Hyde will just turn around, back onto that Bane. Is at that level 4 mark, does have a tomb, but there's really no way for this Bane to survive this onslaught, so he will die. They already got the tier 1 top tower though for RR, so I think they're okay with this this trade.
Yeah, they did too.
Yeah, they are going mid. Kezcute just channeling the Death Ward, but it is cancelled off, and now the Primal Split will chase down Alacrity. Can he get out? No, he has no remnants. He will die. FBZ, Tornado, connecting there on that Queen of Pain.
That's track available as well.
He will be able to blink out though. But track is there now for Hyde, you are correct. And well, Drew's just around the corner, but he should be able to just see Hyde taking the outpost and back off to safety.
It feels like, obviously, they're losing out on the bottom side of the map, getting dived. Now the Bounty Hunter's got the track, which isn't great, obviously, but if you have a look at the net worth, Drew is about 1,000 net worth ahead of his next closest competitor. So he's being put into that hero role and doing not too bad of a job at it.
No, I do agree. Drew is really farming quite nicely. He's very close to that Battle Fury and does get a double damage on top of that. So perhaps now this mid push can really happen, as he does have the Battle Trance up. We're going to Kezcute. He's already healing himself up. But that T1 tower, not going to be safe whatsoever. RR, great take from them. Bot lane, Hustler, being chased down by Makoto. But it's no good. He can't kill off the Earthshaker. Now KYXY is going to take the Earthshaker's place in that bot lane. In fact, there is a wraparound. Nuts is there with Fiend's Grip. It looks like Makoto is going to be safe anyway. He'll be fine.
They can see him now. They've got the vision coming through here.
Nuts may not have been the greatest time to go for that outpost. He does go for the Nightmare Dodge on that Soul Assumption. There will be Hyde getting jumped on there from Alacrity as well. Nuts will tie to the Shuriken toss, but now the Sonic Wave will secure Hyde. Can they keep fighting Alacrity? He's trapped up. He gets ruptured. He's been stunned, but he does get the Remnant. But oh, he Remnants back. Oh no. Now Hustler also going to die on the Earthshaker, and it's a bit of a misclick there from Alacrity. That shouldn't have happened.
That's a bit of a yikes. I mean, it allows you to create space for this troll, but it shouldn't come at that big of a cost, you know? It's not the worst situation if your Bane dies, but the Bane used the Fiend's Grip just before the death, and they were able to deal with it just with the Shuriken, like you mentioned. And then, yeah, just that extra Remnant causing him to fall down instead of just getting away very simply with a couple of supports dying. It's not quite good enough.
No, it is not. I mean, they can bank on Drew all they like, but like you said, there's no necessity to go that far and lose that much.
You can give him a good game, but if 3 other people have a good game on the other team at that expense, it's like, not quite worth it, unfortunately.
That's quite literally what's happening as well. Like, the other 3 cores on Boom Esports right now are having a good game. They are just behind the net worth of Drew. Hyde, he's going to take an Arcane Rune away from KYXY, but he was ready with the dust, so Hyde may have just thrown his life away for that Arcane. Makoto, however, does kill off Nuts. Be a support for a support trade.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, with the Bane, sure you can make yourself live for an extra, 2 seconds just with the Nightmare, but beyond that, you've got no form of escape, so I'm really liking that Visage to just continuing to chase him down. Same thing with the Earthshaker.
But Drew right now is being chased down. He'll be alright. He'll walk away. Makoto doesn't really have the lockdown right now on that Visage. Not just by himself. Is there a point, do you think, where the Visage just kind of drops off as a hero? Like, if you just don't let him do a certain thing at a certain time, he's just kind of non-existent?
You absolutely need to snowball with him, and I think that's why he's dedicating his time to somewhat paying attention to Drew there. You know, you could see he wanted to make sure he wasn't farming on the dire side of the map, take a bit more of that safer farm and choke off the areas where the rest of Drew's team can get some net worth on the map. Because at the same time, you do have your Brewmaster and your Bloodseeker also doing the same thing. So if you're giving up one core to stop the other core and preventing all of their other cores from preventing it, I know this is sounding like word vomit, but it's just a favorable trade, basically, to give up your mid laner for the enemy team if this is the way that you're going for it.
Yeah, I guess why not? Mid lane, Hyde almost goes down to Alacrity. He doesn't quite get enough damage off.
Oh, you can see Nutsy's running for dear life, but you're not going to be able to do anything, buddy.
Nah, the stun even bounces back up through the neutrals, and Makoto will take another kill. That's 5-1 for him on that Visage. Still not really at that point where he wants to be, and just on time as well. Drew does finish the Battle Fury now on that Troll, so things are still going decently enough for RR in that sense. So Alacrity gonna find Drew, or Hyde rather, does kill off Hyde, and now Hustler is taking a lot of damage from that Death Ward. He's gonna try and TP, but they'll have the follow-up from Makoto. They can't really stop Alacrity from getting out, but maybe KYXY. He does get stunned up, the Blood Ride is coming in, and it's not even gonna be necessary.
And they're right next to Roche as well.
Yeah. It's a Visage. Just go for that easy Roshan play. It seems as though RR, they may try and make their way down here, but I don't even know if they're aware of this. Like, FBZ may have made it very obvious now, but you haven't got Remnants anyway, and that Sleight of Fist is going to be on cooldown, so you can't really abuse that either.
He's getting stunned up next to this Spiritual Wave, and he has no mana.
No.
Alacrity.
No mana, no Remnants, no nothing. He is just going to die here on that Ember. And, well, Kesku just keeps giving him the tips. And look at Nuts. What does he do? Nothing. Just nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
With these track kills, it's just so much gold. They got a 1.3k gold swing out of that for the side of Boom Esports, and they now have a 3k net worth lead. And they look to go to that mid lane. They're not even showing the Visage yet. Dream Missile's just pushing in that mid tier 2 tower.
It almost feels like this Ember Spirit's actually had negative net worth differential in the past 5 or so minutes, just because the deaths have kept on coming. This is a slightly better rotation. They're able to get Drew out. Hustler has his Blink Dagger now, so he might be able to make a few more elusive plays, or at least force down the Boom side, so he's doing okay here.
Definitely is. It was a decently timed Blink that came out as well. See when we can see that big Blink echo from Hustler later on. He's going to go ahead and skip the creep wave now. Does make it known that he is around the area. Dreamer's Cell going to have a look for him. Meanwhile, mid lane, Hyde's already trying to set up again onto Alacrity. But he should be able to get out just fine this time. And he will. And while that's happening, RR are just split pushing the top lane. So, in theory, this should force Boom Esports back. Or they may just want to try and trade the bot tier 2, but it's just Hustler on this Earthshaker being so annoying by skipping that creep wave, they can't go for the trade. Now, top lane, Fiend's Grip on Kescute. They do find the Witch Doctor kill. Nuts just wanted to tip him back. I guess that's why he went for the Fiend's Grip. And now Hyde get nightmared up. Do they even bother? Not quite. They'll ignore him because FBZ's coming in with the Primal Split now, trying to go onto Drew and find KYXY, but he's TP'd out. It is just Drew alone. Maybe that wasn't the greatest idea to leave this troll by himself. He does get the Battle Trance, but immediately he will be tornaded through it, and they'll just wait. There we go. FBZ will take it.
Ooh, that's perfect setup for the bounty as well. You're
It really
able
was.
to set it up, that 5-second tick down, and it's like, ooh, gonna get some free battle points coming my way.
With that, I mean, it's still a very even game, but you're just losing that pos 1 troll like that. I guess it's given space now for Alacrity to get that Assault Cuirass, not Assault Cuirass, the Crimson Guard up. So you've got some more defensive capabilities now on this Ember and the rest of the team.
Oh, do you ever really want to go a Crimson Guard as an Ember Spirit,
No,
though?
no you don't. I tried to twist it to be a positive, but I'm not sure if it really is. I guess up against the Visage you kind of need it, but maybe not on the Ember. Boom, they do get the tier 1 top tower, and they'll start pressuring that top tier 2 tower. RR doing the exact same thing, just taking that bottom tier 1. Do they get the tier 2 in time? I don't think so. But they will glyph up their own tier 2.
Yeah. Wanting to keep these creeps up here, I don't think they'll survive long enough, but they've got enough damage just to be able to deal with it. They've got the Hellbear Smasher tanking it up for them. But that might mean they lose their tier 2 as well, unless they want to make a TP rotation back, although Hustler, he's positioned himself inside these trees so that he can maybe get the turnaround potential.
They've already left though, like, it's just Hustler and Drew there now. Like, unless the Echo Slam is crazy big, it's not going to lead to anything. May as well make his way out now.
Unless DJ has sprinted to their PCs and is now sitting behind the desk, it's probably not going to happen.
That is true. Dream Missile. Rupture going to be there on Alacrity, just trying to force him out, and Alacrity will just TP. The classic Bloodseeker counter. They are still posturing very deep on the Radiant side here, Boom Esports. They want to keep going after those deep towers. In fact, Alacrity, Remnant's back in, but they were ready for him. He will just turn around, trying to go after Kescute. There's a Death Ward. He'll pop the Crimson Guard and now just try to run and will successfully get away, but Nuts, he's the real target they want on that Bane, but here comes Drew with that Battle Fury. Still, the Bane does die. Now the fish are out. Hustler not blinking in for that Echo yet. They do secure the Hyde kill. Here comes Makoto as well. The Bloodright going to catch out that Queen of Pain. They do secure KYXY. Where is this Echo Slam? Hustler is still waiting. They go in now. Echo is only really on one hero though. but maybe if you kill off Makoto, it's worthwhile, and they do. The Familiars are just going to fly away. Dream Cell trying to hide in the tree line, but he is caught out, and he will pay for his sins. He will die.
He just lost his Aegis, so making the right decision to make that rotation at that time on Reality Rift and getting the better part of it. That Flame Guard doing a lot of work to negate the Maledict damage coming through from this Witch Doctor, and even the Crimson Guard doing a little bit, obviously not blocking the Death Ward, but still working for the rest of the team. And it just felt like the Visage perhaps showed up a little bit too late to the team fight, you know? It's if you've got a lot of damage going out like that, you want to be able to get off those soul assumptions every 4 seconds, as well as having, of course, your Pipe Aura, your Drums Aura, your Helm of the Dominator Aura coming out for your team. It doesn't really work if you're playing this solo game at this point.
Do you get the feeling that, well, hold that thought, Hustler's being chased right now by Hyde and Familiars. Courier? Hyde will ignore the Courier, just keeps going after the Earthshaker, but now Drew's going to try and fight back there with Nuts. They should be able to get the Bounty Hunter, but not at the cost of Drew. He'll pop his BKB, goes after Kezcute. That is a lot of melodic damage that just came out of Drew, and it is going through the BKB. He gets ruptured, TP's out, but dies in the fountain. Oh, that was not worth the trade. Now Dreamer Cell going to go after Nuts. Nuts knows how this one works.
Witch Doctor OP.
That he is. They get the kill onto that support Bane as well. And I was just about to ask you whether the timing of Boom Esports is coming to an end now with this Visage. I suppose the answer is no, though.
It's no if you fight with the team. You do need to enable the heroes that you've created space for by trying to lock down this Troll Warlord. And to his credit on Drew, he's been able to get a couple of kills. He finished up his Battle Fury and now he's trying to fight, but I feel like he still really needs that Skull Basher to be that presence. That it just feels like it's being a little lacking right now.
Absolutely. We'll have it up soon, though. Hustler. Gonna be there to try and defend that bot tier 2 by himself. Makoto will back off anyway. Top lane is also being forced in by KYXY.
He's just standing off here to the side.
Cast, Melodic, gonna be there with the Shuriken toss, and now the Death Ward. Oh, is that enough? No, he'll be fine. He's absolutely mid lane though. Another fight breaking out. The Bane, Nuts, of course, going to be targeted first. Should go down, but he does get the Nightmare on the Visage. Problem is, the units are still there. Alacrity just going to TP out, but I can't say the same for Hustler. At least he is able to blink away, but now another Tornado catching out Drew. He does have BKB and Battle Trance up, and Alacrity is back in with this Ember, but he's been stunned up. Makoto's going to be careful. Drew trying to make his way further closer. Bloodrite is there, but it's... they don't really capitalize on it.
Just watch Hustler's positioning here.
Oh, Echo is there from Hustler. It's a good setup with the Sonic Wave. And Dreamer Cell is going to make a run for it. No ensnares coming out for Drew, but he should be dead as KYXY will slow him up. Hyde, well, he's still been dusted. He is in trouble, but they want the big kill first. The Familiars are delaying things. It won't be enough. And now Drew wants to farm those Familiars up. And he doesn't snare one. Very nice.
Nicely done. And again, it's this Earthshaker. You're just able to turn team fights around in a huge way with one ability. It's insane that, well, it's effective at all stages of the game if you could get past that somewhat rocky laning stage and into the later stages.
Ping's coming out on Hyde. He's just de-warding while he can and does get it off before he has to leave. Slowly but surely, this RR side are getting big enough to contest here up against Boom. And you talked about that Skull Basher. It's almost there on Drew. Just needs the recipe now. And I'm sure after that, he'll either just rush Satanic or try to rush the Abyssal itself. In fact, Drew's just going to find a Dragon Scale on the floor. So he'll just take that. Why not? You've got to be a bit concerned here for Boom, though, right?
That was Boom's Dragon Scale as well, so they're missing a tier 2 item right now.
Great news. But that Makoto Visage now, I asked the question again, it's not over yet, but it's getting to that stage. I just don't see as much influence.
Not quite as much. He's got his Hyperstone though, which is pretty nutty to be able to have. 27-minute mark, so repair kit coming out again. And it's close to that level 18 as well on this Visage. So those familiars going to be doing even more damage to these supports. I think, honestly, the thing that's deciding these team fights is Hustler. And if you're able to find him out, he's done well to itemize for being elusive with the Shadow Amulet, going into the Shadow Blade. He's got a 4-staff queued up. He's got a Yules on himself. So I think he's doing everything right now. But if they are somehow able to catch him out, then I don't think even some fantastic plays from the rest of the team is going to be able to save him.
KYXY could be in danger top lane. He does blink away into the tree line, but you have plenty of scout ability there with those familiars, so he'll blink the other way. He just doesn't feel safe to go for the TP yet, though. It's just fairly obvious what he's doing here, and well, now he's been tracked up, so there's really no way out. He does Greaves it off, though, and with that, maybe he gets a blink, though. No, he's been stunned up. Another track, another blink, he'll TP, and he will make it. Very
Space
nice.
created, Roshan's up.
They won't be able to
Do they see
capitalize.
this with the Observer Ward? No, it's nighttime, so not quite having the vision just yet, although Hyde's going to walk on through.
They are going to go in as well. FBZ actually going to start with this Roshan straight away.
Radiance on this Ember Spirit going to be really effective against the Boom lineup.
That it will be. He does come in. They, of course, are going to fight this next Roshan. It's going to be a very, very hard take for Boom unless they can wipe out RR.
Alacrity's tracked up. He needs to be very careful. He's only got the 1 Fire Remnant, about to have 2. But I don't know how much you can be standing on these front lines, even with the Crimson Guard available.
Alacrity still just threatening with his body.
It's just a Sentry Ward battle outside the front of Roche.
And Drew's going to go in now, though. But Makoto can scout, and of course you got the courier, but they're going to start with the primal split. However, those Brewlings are falling very, very quick. Now the Death Ward will come out from Keskute. Not doing that much, though, as you have tornado up that troll, but a great Fisher Hustler. He's got the Echo. He will hold out now. BKBs are flying out. Drew, Battle Trance is popped. Dreamersaur falling low. So is Hyde, but he's trying to deal with this Earthshaker. Now KYXY just trying to control up Makoto, but Makoto, he's doing too much damage to Drew. They have killed off Hustler on the Earthshaker as well, and Drew will go down along with Hyde on the bounty. But it's a triple kill out for Makoto. And unfortunately for Hustler, he was waiting for that perfect moment, but Hyde just wouldn't let him blink in.
Yeah, some great plays from Hyde, using the Sentry Ward battle to his advantage and making sure he was in the right position to make that sort of thing happen. Unfortunate, I'm not sure how it happened on the Alacrity Ember Spirit, but I feel like his Radiance was toggled off for a long portion of that team fight. So while he was getting just focused down, there was no evasion being applied to him from that mischance.
Oh, that's a bit of a blunder right there. I'm not sure why you'd even bother turning it off. It's maybe just a misclick. Makoto does now have the AC though.
The only situation you can think about using it, I suppose, is when there was a smoke, but he made it really obvious that he was there, you know, running up into their face constantly. So I just can't see any reason why you wouldn't want to have it on.
Absolutely. This does mean KOXY on that Quap is just going to have to go back to split pushing that top lane. And, well, Hyde was there trying to deal with it, but now he's going to be chased down by KYXY. Still, that does mean you can safely push in this mid-tier 2 without the fear of the Quap being there. It'll easily go down. Crimson Guard will not help. And they start making their way down to the final outer tower. It's the bot tier 2.
Man, how do you kill Makoto at this point? Just look at him. Look at all the auras that he has just sitting above him. It's pretty ridiculous. And that craggy coat picked up.
It's a problem. You know, he's just casually sitting at 33 armor right now. It's a lot. If they are going to try and taunt up Alacrity, just maybe find this Ember. In fact, Coconut going to be there. Can you get the stuns? No. He will be fine to Remnant out. Alacrity. Why are you back here, sir? Fisher gonna come out. He's gonna try and fight. He will Remnant again. Dreamersaur now with the Blood Rite. He has no Remnants left. He's stuck there with the Rupture. He's gonna die. Makoto now also killing off Nuts. Drew, BKB, TP, that's the only play left. And unfortunately, KYXY has been left behind, and with that track, they have plenty of vision. Bloodright will not land, but they will tornado him up. Can they at least get a stun off in time? No, KYXY will blink again, but FBZ this time is there with his own blink, and this time around, he does die to the Soul Assumption. Tips are going out to Makoto.
Yeah, opting to hold on to that Lotus Orb, understandably, just to be able to use it right at the last second, maybe get a TP away, but that just meant that track was constantly on him and they knew exactly where to run.
Alacrity though with that Remnant back, was that another misclick that I saw?
What happened?
He got Ruptured, he Remnanted away, but kind of came back to another Remnant that was there on the east side of this Radiant jungle. And he had no Remnants left. He was still Ruptured the whole time.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for Alacrity. I think we can all agree on that.
Can't disagree. Boom, they're going to start going down to the bot lane through to the tier 3 tower. Of course, we all know the push potential of Makoto right now. He does also have the Aegis, so you are going to have to kill him off twice. They defend this. Crimson Guard will definitely help. RR, did they have a repair kit? I could have sworn it was Boom Esports that found one.
Yes, it was.
So Boom, just going to maintain control of this Radiant jungle, just not really going anywhere. Hyde will rotate around and just do bounty hunter things. Looks like Drew is just going to be stuck in his own triangle for a bit. In fact, he'll just back off again. He's trying to finish off that Satanic now on that troll.
See, despite all of this, it's still not completely out of their hands. You know, you feel like it's just one big team fight that could potentially turn things around for RR. And, you know, it could be a few misplays by Alacrity, unfortunately, putting them out of contention in this game. But we've seen time and time again that Echo Slam, what it's capable of doing.
We have. They have smoked up, trying to maybe make a play. They just want the bounties.
Away from this Satanic as well on Drew, so maybe just trying to create a little space around that, make sure they get at least 2 of these bounties.
That they will. And, yeah, he'll definitely have time to just finish off the Satanic now.
Oh, hopefully he doesn't get caught out in this mid lane. You've got all of Boom coming.
Uh-oh. Makoto going to be there. They're just going to loop around. Drew, he's still around the area, but they can only get a track off.
That'll spot out the fact that he's finished the Satanic though. Oh, nice Lotus Orb usage coming through from KYXY. And that Aegis is gone, so maybe that'll spook Boom a little bit.
At the same time he got that Satanic, you got an Abyssal Blade now on Dreamer Cell. But definitely with the Aegis going down, I don't believe Boom will try and risk this. And in fact, RR, they're the ones to smoke up. Pings out on Makoto.
I like that play. They need to make these ballsy plays.
Echo,
straight away.
Yeah, just lock him down with the Sonic Wave as well. They do take him out, but now Boom, they might just keep fighting, but they have found the bounty Hyde. He is going down, still trying to survive. Rupture is there. Who do they catch with that? Well, it's Hyde that goes down with KYXY on the Quap as well. Drew is still trying to fight. Fiend's Grip is out now on the BKB Bloodseeker, so Dreamer Cell just can't fight back, and he will die. It's a great team fight out. In fact, they may even find more. FBZ, no Primal Split left. Should not be able to survive this.
Makoto's got to be careful. He bought back for this. If they could chase him up, that'd be huge.
It would be. Boom. They do lose FBZ, and
they're still going. They're trying to find him.
If you can find him, it could be at least one Rax. Hustler does get a Yules off. Fisher, though, a bit early on, but he does block the way out. So now Alacrity is just going to loop around. The only play that Makoto seems to have is to try and just kill off Hustler, and he does do so, but where's the help for Alacrity? Nuts now comes in. I'm wondering where Drew is, though, on this troll. He's still making his way in. It may be too late, Alacrity. He is falling low. Drew does make his way in now, but they've killed off the Ember. Buyback's out now on FBZ. Makoto is still juking them around. They lose nuts as well. It's a triple for Makoto. Now Kesku comes in. Drew has to BKB TP out. Oh, what have they done?
Oh, they made him survive. You can understand why they went for that fissure play with the Earthshaker. Obviously not connecting with it, but you had the Visage Familiars right on top of him. He probably wouldn't have got it off if he waited any longer, and yeah, at least tried to cut off the avenue of escape, just not able to burst him down quickly enough. I mean, we were talking about it before, right? He's got AC, Helm of the Dominator, Pipe, and a Witless Shaco as well. And now level 25, so +5 Gravekeeper's cloak stacks.
Oh,
good luck killing this Visage.
Oh, this is gonna be it's gonna be hard to watch. See if RR can get through all this. So looks like the side of Boom Esports are just gonna wait out the next Roshan.
They don't have the timer exactly down because Makoto just body checked it. It's still going to be another 10 or so seconds, so they've got an idea of when, but not the exact timer.
Okay. Smoke up, or rather Shadow Blade up from Hustler. He's going to run straight into that Witch Doctor, and that means Kesgud is going to die. Hustler does secure the double damage rune for his team, so Drew going to make his way over. They don't have a bottle or anything like that. He just picks it up and, I guess, prays the Roshan's there, but it is 35 seconds away.
And, well, he's got his level 25 as well on this Troll Warlord, so he's going to be able to spam out these Whirling Axes and maybe fight a lot more aggressively into the Visage Familiars as well as this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I mean, a 4-second cooldown, it's definitely going to be one way to do it. They can't hit you, they can't really kill you.
4-second cooldown for a 5-second blind duration, I'll take that every day, thank you.
Yeah, but now you've got to sight the Vice up on Makoto. So, if he gets you with that Hex, it may just not matter. Well, Makoto may need to make his way back to that Roshan, because Drew has scouted it out on the Troll, and we'll get it started. KYXY is going to be right behind him to help him out with nuts. Boom Esports may just allow this to go down, but I don't think that's the play.
They got to
no
give
choice.
with Alacrity with the Aegis, sorry, the Ag Scepter.
They have no choice, they just let it go. Alacrity does get the Ags upgrade now, so he's a real menace. You also just have an MKB coming up on Drew, and well, Alacrity already going in.
Escape.
Well, Hustler gonna be in trouble. He's been ruptured up. The Echo has been commuted. It's a fair bit of damage, but not enough. Now Dreamer Cell jumps in onto Nuts. They burst down the Bane as well. Both supports going down, but Hustler did buy back. KYXY still trying to fight up against Makoto, but he is taking 0 damage. There is the Fissure to fly out. It doesn't do much, but it gives time for KYXY to run out of there. Now Alacrity trying to play around. He got stunned. The Melodic, the Soul Assumption following him down. He takes so much damage. The Melodic might just tick him out, and it does. You've still got Drew, though. Still trying to fight on that Troll. Has been hexed up. Does he get a Battle Trance off? He does. He still holds the Aegis, but look at the damage. It's doing nothing. Now he gets through the Gravekeeper's Cloak. They do some form of damage. Kensku turns around, throws out the cask. Aegis is down.
What does he have?
He doesn't have a Battle Trance, I'll tell you that.
He's got nothing.
At least KYXY does secure Kescute. Now Sonic Wave coming out from that Quap, but he's going to be chased down. He will blink away. There'll be an immediate buyback from Kescute, and there's no buyback on the Troll. He spent all his gold on that MKB.
Things could have gone so differently if perhaps you had Drew just sitting on the front lines fighting a bit more aggressively, but he was chasing around Kescute for the first 5-10 seconds of that one and didn't even die. You know, you've got the medallion, so you're very tanky in your own right. He's gone the armor talent and then just 4-starred himself away up onto some high ground. So some real good kiting come through from the position 5 on Boom.
Yeah, they're going for tier 4s. I don't think they can be stopped. Uh-oh.
High pop. Look at Makoto. Look at this aura frenzy.
It's a lot of damage, a lot of auras coming out. Makoto can't be finished here. Sight the Vice comes out. They're going to find another in the form of KYXY. He does buy back, but the Ancient is just under siege. They stun him up again. KYXY trying to run with that Minotaur Horn. They do actually glyph up the Ancient now. Alacrity
Echo.
to jump in. Hustler with the Echo. Doesn't really do that much. Kezcute will at least die back. But Makoto, he is a man of objectives. He is focusing down the Ancient, and it will be another victory there for Boom Esports. They do get the 2-0 for RR, or against RR, to finish this off. And this is the end of the group stage for the BTS Pro Series Season 2.
It sure is, and I mean, pretty hype way to end it. Boom, again showing why they've secured their place in the upper bracket with that double win. Actually, have a quick look at how that shapes up the results. I think it shouldn't matter all too much based on their. I don't know how it works with them being third versus fourth because they've got the same number of wins as Geek Fam, and they won one to Geek Fam. So I don't think it'll really matter in the end of the day, right? Because either Fnatic or Neon get to choose who they face out of third and fourth. So doesn't matter at the end of the day, but they've shown some real improvement, and I'm keen to see how they go up in the first round of that upper bracket, which will either be tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure which one is being played tomorrow.
Yeah, well, what we do know tomorrow is Fnatic is back in the upper bracket. Who their competitors are is yet to be seen, but we'll find out probably pretty soon. We are also going to be having Adroit versus RR in the lower bracket, so we know that for sure.
Yep,
They are locked in there.
and the rematch of TNC versus T1, which ended up being that 1-1 today. So it's some eliminations happening tomorrow, and I think it's yourself and me doing that one again.
It is. I will see you there, Danog. It's been an absolute pleasure casting today. A great day of Dota. It is MLP Dota and Danog. We're both on Twitter if you do want to follow. The tags are in the title. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you all again tomorrow evening for some more great SEA Dota.